Bambini. That means welcome. 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 The crooked hat thing. All right. Hello. Hello. Let's say hello to everybody because everybody's here.
Okay. All the people. We've got James is here.
Hey, James.
Hi, James.
Oh, I got a Facebook notification. Kimber Schaefer is live now.
Oh. So,
Yep. She's live. Who else is here?
Todd.
Todd.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, Todd.
Your mom.
Hello, Mom.
And Stacy.
Hello, Stacy. What do you want to bet when I just said hello, Mom? She said hello back.
I'm sure she did.
Hello, Stacy. Hello, Gina, if you're there. Oh, there she is, popping right up on cue.
You just spit on my hand.
I'm sorry. Hello, Gina. My mom says talking about Christmas trees.
Well, she said, "Are you ready for Christmas?" And Stacy was like, "Just another day." And Sandy said, "My big Christmas happens when I'm with Matt and Kimbra." And she said that she has 4 trees up and the house is all decorated. Your mom said, "Did you hear me?"
Cruising on the high seas. G'day, mate. Speaking of g'day, I've got a drink. It's an old fashioned, some bourbon and old fashioned mix, but I got a new gadget that I'm going to do right here on the live here. It's a
hello, Adam.
Hello, Adam. It's a smoker. So I put this on here, okay, and it's got like a little screen. I'm going to put some wood in it.
Did you bring your wood?
I brought my wood. This is going to be cherry wood.
Tony G
is pinch
here.
Of cherry wood. Hello, Tony G.
Oh, Tony just wanted to say hello. Flying over Tampa right now on way.
We'll run outside and wave at you.
Fort Lauderdale. I'm not going to go outside.
Oh, okay.
I've been outside like 5 times today with Reno.
Wow.
I don't know what his problem is.
He's got to pee a lot.
Apparently.
He sir pees a lot. Do you want to do the fire or do you want to hold the glass?
Which one do you want me to do?
I don't care.
I've never done the fire.
You want to do the fire?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how it works. I put the wood in there, the little cherry wood in there. You might have to.
So do I have to make it stop on it? Like, do I push the button?
You push the button, it makes fire.
I know.
And then when you let go, the fire will stop, but not instantly, but within a couple seconds.
So I hold it, and when I stop holding it, it stops doing it.
Correct.
Okay.
Essentially, yes. Okay, here we go.
Your hand's in the way, though. They got to be able to see it.
All right. Here we go.
You ready?
I'm ready. So she's catching the wood on fire. Put a little more in there. Okay, that's good. All right, and then I'll put this on here and then smoke. Look at that. Smoke goes down into the drink. If you've ever had one of these fancy smoky drinks on Carnival, they have fancier ways of doing this, but this works pretty efficiently. And then you don't want to leave it on there too long, actually, because it'll change the flavor profile. But take that off there. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is smoking. Gives a very nice fall smell to things there. Oh yeah, cherry. Smell that?
Oh,
it smells quite nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cheers. Happy Thanksgiving late.
All right.
Well, that's good.
We've had a couple people pop in while we were playing with fire.
While we were playing with fire.
Yeah. Like
meanwhile, while we're playing with fire.
Rebecca.
Hello, Rebecca.
And let's see. Todd says they're looking forward to the group cruise in March, and I am excited that you guys are able to go.
Yes.
Scott,
very happy.
Scott is here.
Hello, Scott. Professor. Hello, Professor.
Aaron is here. And if Aaron is with you, Aaron, then hello,
Aaron.
Aaron.
I don't know which one I said hi to first. That's the thing.
Let's see. The Down Under Cruisers.
The Down Under Cruisers.
Adam says may have to look at the March cruise. I think you should.
Oh, you may.
Absolutely.
You should do that, man. Come on. There's a lot of good people going there.
Aunt Dee is here, who is also
Speaking
going
of good
on
people,
that March cruise.
Yes, indeed.
We forced her hand. Scott said the perfect old-fashioned.
It's quite nice. This was not that expensive on Amazon. There's a bunch of these available. I think it was like $30. Came with 4 little things of wood, and it would last forever.
Adam said, "You think you're on Holland?"
Yes. But it's it's very, look, this is a pinky up bourbon now. Pinky's up.
Rebecca said we started early. Well, sort of. We get on about 10-15 minutes early, so we have time to like talk to you guys before we actually start kind of not talking to you guys. And then we stay on so we can talk to you guys some more. So,
but this episode is going to be fun because we've done an audio only version of like things to get cruising people for gifts before, but this one we wanted to try and do things a little different. So it is still that, but we tried to think outside of the gift box. So some of the things that we talk about, we went for quality over quantity, and some of the things we've talked about, I'm sure you guys have thought of before, but I bet there's going to be at least 1 or 2 that you didn't. And that's what we're hoping for. We're trying to find something different than the normal. We'll cover a little bit of the normal stuff too, but we sort of only have 10 things, but it's really more than 10 things.
Yeah.
So
Sean said, Kimbra, the background is beyond amazing. I know. Let's see. And Aunt D said, don't tell your mom you're playing with fire. She'll be mad she missed it.
Does your mom like fire?
I mean, we all like playing with fire.
That's a little bit disturbing.
Yeah.
Having heard you say that out loud. I'm going to move that over here.
Let's see. Cruising on the high seas. Would love to look at the March cruise, but the books say something different, sadly. That is sadly indeed.
The books do not always say what we want them to say, but that's all right. Another time, another sailing.
Indeed.
So
there are many in the future.
Mm-hmm. Your mom is a closet pyro, according to Auntie. Okay.
What's wrong with being a bit of a pyro?
I mean, that's what Rebecca's saying. Were you reading that? Or
yeah,
were you?
No,
okay.
I was reading it.
Nothing as long as you don't get burned.
Who doesn't think something like this is cool? Like you just hit the button and it's like fire. You know? Just saying.
Anyway.
I'm not drinking a smoked drink.
No.
I have apple cider.
Yeah.
That could be interesting smoked.
I bet that would be interesting. You could smoke all kinds of things. I like smoky tea, like Lapsang Souchong. It's a really good smoky tea. You don't even have to light it on fire. It just tastes smoky. If anyone wanted to send you a holiday cheer, is that something you wanted to share? Oh. Well, the only thing is we don't have like if you are close enough to us that you know our address and you want to send us a card or something, we would welcome it. We don't have like a public address out there, but people that we know and you're like, hey, I really want to send something to Kimbra and Matt. We wouldn't like tell you no, but I mean, we also don't expect that.
Yeah.
So cheerio. Any holiday you want to celebrate. We're game for all of them. We don't care. We're not stuck with one.
Yeah, the more you celebrate, the more presents you get.
Well, we can do Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa.
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
What did you say?
The more holidays you celebrate, the more presents you get.
That's.
You didn't hear me say that, did you?
I mean, that doesn't surprise me that you said that.
Wow. It's time to start the podcast.
A bit. Specified a bit.
Are you ready?
Oh, Adam says great for cigars, but I don't smoke cigar. I like the smell of cigars. I don't like to smoke cigars. So, but I do like that smell. Yeah. I mean, it's very folly. Not a folly, but
you're not listening to anything I'm saying.
US said, are you ready to go now? And yes, I am.
Come with me, we're going on a Fintastic Cruise. Pick your destination with news, tips, and reviews. But here is an item you might not have thought of. All of the things under the water. Nature surrounds us with elegant features. You can't go on a cruise and not see the creatures. So let's make some magic, let's get ecstatic. Instantly classic, maybe romantic. The wildlife around you, cinematic on your Fintastic Cruise.
Bon Bini, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Fintastic Cruising. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kimbra.
Yes, and yeah, so thank you for joining us tonight. We are excited to do this episode, kind of a fun holiday episode. We're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna have fun.
We're both wearing
Yeah.
blue shirts.
We are.
I just noticed.
Mine is Harry Potter, and yours is New Caledonia Geckos.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Two things I love.
Anyway, before we get into the topic of the evening, do we want to do our usual advertisement? The Matt and the Kimbra, Professor Travel says.
Well, the Matt and the Kimbra have a group cruise coming up.
Yes, thee do. Dost thou want to go on an epic quest with us? Then you should book passage on this wonderful adventure and this amazing experience where we will travel from the historic port of Tampa Bay all the way to Grand Cayman, Mahogany Bay in Roatan, Honduras, Belize City in, well, just Belize really, and Cozumel, Mexico in Quintana Roo, Mexico, and then back to the historic port of Tampa Bay on the first official group cruise of Fintastic Cruising. If you are interested in booking passage on this vessel, please contact us at fintastictravel@gmail.com.
And the dates are March 12th through 19th.
On the day 12 of March in the year of our Lord 2023, isn't that how they say it?
Yeah.
Through the 19th of March in the year 2023.
Yep. That happened.
Sorry
It
about
was
that.
well, it was kind of like a combination of like you were kind of like old Renaissance-y, but also kind of like radio host. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you like combined them
Yeah.
and it didn't. I don't know if it worked.
And I don't know if it worked either, but it did. It happened, so it's too late now. To book the cruise, yes. Thank you, Stacy, for posting that up there. All right. Isn't Stacy one of our moderators? Oh, it doesn't show the moderator thing on
Yeah,
here.
we can't tell
Okay.
on here.
Okay.
I think like half of the people in here are though. Meg is not here though.
Meg
Meg is at a bar in Tennessee with Paul.
at a bar in Tennessee with Paul.
I know that was awkward that I knew like that.
Yeah, what are you-
Exactly.
Creeping on him or something?
No, they're posting pictures. Look, Paul posted a picture of some barbecue
Barbecue?
and
Is that because it's at a bar?
yeah.
Would it be barbecue if it wasn't at a bar?
And Meg posted a picture of some drinks.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice. This is not good radio though, or TV,
No, we
because
should
nobody
probably-
can see what you're looking at.
I know.
Except for you and me. And your aunt is wondering if I'm going to be talking like that on the cruise. It's
Probably.
very likely that you will hear all sorts of weird accents and things on the cruise from me, depending on how much alcohol I drink, which isn't usually that much. But if you hear me speaking in a Scottish accent, that means I've had too much to drink. Anyway, tonight we are talking about things to get that cruiser in your life. You know, gifts to get them, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, Hanukkah gifts,
gift time gifts,
whatever the gifts,
anniversary gifts,
animated gifts.
just for the heck of it, gifts.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so we've done this before, and so have many others. And there's lots of lists you can find on the internet of good gifts for cruisers, and they're great items on there. We wanted to try and think outside the box a little bit, so we came up with
Outside of the gift box.
outside of the gift. Don't look a gift box in the mouth. Outside of we tried to come up with a 10. This is ASL for 10 if you're watching, and we didn't really do that. We came up with 10 sort of, but some of them are more categories than items, so we actually have more than 10. But we're going to go over those, and then at the end of going over them, if we miss something and you're like, this is a unique item you didn't mention, then put that in the chat. But don't do it until we ask, because otherwise it'll get lost in the chat and we won't see it. And maybe we'll say it, and you don't know that yet. So, but then we will read some of yours if you have some good stuff. Yeah.
Serious question. Do the space cubes really save that much time?
The space cubes?
Do you mean packing cubes?
I think you mean space cubes, because
I'm
that sounds
missing
much more
something.
interesting. Packing cubes they're not on a list.
I don't know if it saves you time.
It saves you space.
Right.
The packing cubes save you space. The space cubes save you packing.
Yeah, packing cubes.
Yes, I think so. There are some that disagree with me, and they're wrong. But no, it's kind of. I think they work really well. I like them not only for space saving, but also for organizational stuff. So packing cubes, if you're not familiar, are like they could be made of different materials, I suppose, but they're usually nylon and mesh with zippers, and you can really compact stuff in there. And they come in different sizes and slightly different shapes. So we roll our clothes and put it in there, which we can, it works really well. I've met people that spurn the packing cubes though. They just hate them. And I think they're wrong, but to each their own. If you don't like packing cubes, then don't use them by all means. But if you want to try them out, I recommend them. So, but they're not on the list.
All right. Are you ready for the list?
I'm ready for the list.
Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
We haven't really done much in our lives recently.
No, I mean, it's been like Thanksgiving happened, and you were kind of under the weather a little bit, and then you had 2 things, and it's So, we haven't been doing much of anything really. But
all right,
drum roll.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Are you ready? Where are we starting?
At the beginning. A very good place to start.
Okay.
So we're going to bring up a screen. If you are only listening in the future, so assuming this ever gets released to the audio version, then you will not need to see these visual references. But if you are really wanting to and you don't know how to Google them on your own, you can just pop over to YouTube and watch the replay. But for now, Kimbra is working feverishly on bringing up
the right thing.
The right stuff.
Okay.
And there we go.
And there it be.
So, do you want to say what the first thing is on the list?
The first thing is field guides.
Field guides. Look, that cruiser in your life, if they are watching this podcast, they might like creatures. And even if they're not, they might like creatures. And so what better way to enjoy creatures than to know what type of creatures you're looking at or what type of creatures you could be looking for? There are very specific field guides you can get for all the cruise ports in the world, probably, but definitely the ones in the Caribbean. I'm sure there's some in the Mediterranean and all the Australian related ports. So, for example,
oh, we talking about? Sorry, I was reading comments. I was trying to figure out what Scott's talking about. I have a Birds of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao.
Yes, you do. And so that's very specific, but it's very helpful and fun to then go to one of those places and look specifically for those. Now, the one that you see on the screen is really one of the best books if you're interested in coral reef fish. This is the book by Ned Deloach and Paul Human. I think that's a human, if you're Ferengi. The reason I have this one up on the screen is this is the travel edition, which basically has all of your basic coral reef fish from the Caribbean. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple that slip through the cracks, but it's a spiral bound. I believe the pages are water resistant, and it is skinny and small and light, and it gives you all the fish for the ID, but it is a smaller version of this book. No, that's not the right book, but it looks like this, but instead of fish behavior, it's reef fish identification.
You didn't grab the right book.
It didn't, but it's about the same size as this. It is more expensive. I think it's like $45 or something like that. The difference is the actual thick book gives you more words about the animals as well. So you get more words. They do make one of these for corals specifically, just a whole book on corals. And then they have one for all the other invertebrates in the ocean.
Yeah, one called Creatures, right?
Creatures. And they make these for the Caribbean, but they also make them for other parts of the world. And there are other field guides of fish out there, but In my opinion, these are at least for the Caribbean, these are hands down easily the best ones you can get. And $20 is not bad. Throw it in your suitcase. You see that fish, you're out snorkeling, you're like, what the heck is it? You have two options. You can send us a message and we'll tell you, or you can look it up.
Yeah. Todd just said, or you can go on the Fintastic group cruise and have 2 live fish identifying guides.
That is also an option.
Yeah.
But, in case you cruise beyond that without us,
Yeah.
then that's sad. But yeah,
Indeed. I have other bird books. You want me to pull them all out?
if you want to.
Oh,
No, probably not.
That was
There-
kind of a joke, but okay.
So anyway, field guides are a fun thing.
There's
you can
also,
get.
I should have grabbed, there's the little cards
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
That have fish on them.
And those are, and you can find those on Amazon and a lot of other places. And those are even less expensive. Even there's just thin plastic or laminated sheets. And you can even take them in the water with you if you're so inclined. There's a lot of different ones, and they're not going to have as extensive of a list of animals, but they're going to cover the basics. And so I can tell you that when people send us messages saying, what the heck is this thing? It would probably normally be on one of those plastic sheets, because normally what they're looking at is something that's
sorry.
somewhat common.
Oh, shoot.
What have you done?
Well,
What have you done?
I just realized, I need to stop sharing for a second, because I just realized something
Uh-oh.
that you're not supposed to see.
Oh, a gift per se that's not on this list?
Don't look at my screen.
Okay, I'm not looking. I'm not looking at the screen right now. I'll read Rebecca's comment. I really enjoyed my snorkeling excursion with Matt and Kimbra. Personal fish ID friends are best. Well, thank you, Rebecca. We enjoyed snorkeling with you as well. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun, and I don't know. I mean, maybe call me a fish nerd. You wouldn't be the first, but I do enjoy identifying animals. It makes it so Kimbra and I were walking through the aquarium this week, and we went to our coral reef habitat, and there were people, guests there talking about the fish in there. And they were like, look at the one with the yellow head and the blue, blah, blah, blah. And Kimbra was like, that used to be me. I used to just look at the fish and go, look at that one. It's like blue and green. And now I'm like, oh, that's a such and such species of fish. And it just kind of adds to that sort of challenge. It's not a contest. It's like a thing.
Did you see what was on there?
No, I did not.
That's good.
I saw a waddle shirt. That's all I saw. And I already have that shirt. So
you saw a waddle shirt.
It has holes in it, but yeah.
Where'd you see on the screen?
Yeah, it was like a little advertisement on the side.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. What's the next item?
The next item is scuba lessons.
Yeah. Now, if you're really into the underwater thing, I just realized half your face is cut off.
I know.
It's made the box smaller.
Yeah.
You could perhaps buy somebody some scuba diving lessons or put some money towards it. Help them out by give them a gift certificate to buy some gear if they get scuba certified. Look, we know some people that are getting certified, Stacy, hopefully soon. And there may be more of you. I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you are a water inclined person, Rebecca, then I highly recommend that you get scuba certified. Scott, and that way you can explore the underwater world as God intended, like Jacques Cousteau. Yeah,
an alternative to that is if scuba is not your thing, but snorkeling gear could be an option.
Yes, and snorkeling gear is one of those items that you shouldn't just go out and buy the cheapest thing, because then it's not going to work very well and you're going to be discouraged. But on the other hand, you don't need to go out and buy the most expensive thing, because it's just not necessary. But you do want to buy decent quality stuff from, if you have availability, going to an actual real dive shop where they will help you. If not,
Divers Direct.
Yeah, like Divers Direct. If not, you can always call or text or send messages to your friends at Fintastic Cruising. We love talking to people about that. We even did a whole podcast on that, and there's still some old Cruise Geek videos up where I go over basics of snorkeling gear. So we love talking about that stuff. If you have questions, and we have answers, probably more than you want to know.
Scott said, claustrophobia keeps me out of a wetsuit, but gambling on a cruise ship gets me money. So there's,
And then you can buy Kevin scuba gear.
I was going to say, I had 2 comebacks to that. In the Caribbean, you don't have to wear a wetsuit. And you said my second one.
Right.
We'll get Kevin.
Todd says, sounds like another expensive hobby that I can throw money at. There you go, Todd. You can there's probably even accessories that you could 3D print.
I mean, there are.
Like a little clip thing to hold your hoses on your BC.
Todd, I might be getting a new 3D printer. Okay, off subject.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
The next one is binoculars.
Hey, you don't have to go underwater to find those creatures. And if you're on a cruise ship, there's a good chance that there's going to be creatures to see while you're sailing, not just in port, but while you're sailing. But to see them, ideally, you're going to need binoculars. And just like dive gear, snorkeling gear, binoculars are one of those things that you don't need to get the most expensive pair in the world, but you don't want to get the cheapest ones either, because you're going to get what you pay for to a certain degree. So, do a little bit of research, do a little bit of homework. Names like Celestron, they make telescopes, they make binoculars. Nikon makes good stuff. I mean, not necessarily just because of the name brand, but do a little bit of research and see if you can find some decent binoculars. And you can get the little bitty tiny ones. They're great. They're convenient, but they're not going to really, you're not going to see as far. You're not going to see as crisp. You're not going to see as big of a field of view. If you're going to like Alaska, this is not even an option. You have to get decent binoculars. If you're going in the Caribbean, you could see boobies, you could see frigate birds, you could see flying fish, you could see other cruise ships, all sorts of things, nude beaches, all kinds of fun stuff. I've heard. I don't know. I said boobies.
Can you grab that bag right there?
I can. This bag?
Yeah. So I don't necessarily recommend these, but if you really want to look cool while you're looking at things, you could get
they're not
opera glasses.
They're not all that functional. They might be okay for an opera.
They're not.
Or for a steampunk costume or something, but
they were actually kind of a waste of money. But they look really cool, and I take them to every show. So
that would be an example of form over function.
Yeah, they belong on the Virgin ship.
Wow. Wasn't even me that said it.
Next, are you ready for the next one?
Now, if you really want to support that wildlife enthusiast, and they don't already have one, you can get them a decent camera. And again, you don't have to break the bank. This is not a cheap camera that we've chosen here, but it's not by any means the most expensive. And the camera that we're looking at, which is a Canon Rebel, it's an entry-level camera, but it comes with 2 lenses. One of them goes out to 300 millimeters, which is a pretty good telephoto reach. Would be great for looking at frigate birds and stuff like that. Osprey, if you happen to be lucky enough to see dolphins or something of that nature, that would be a really cool thing. It's a good introductory, it's a good beginner starter camera, and that doesn't mean you can't take amazing professional looking pictures with it, because you can, but it's and you can go cheaper than this, but I would say something with like a good range with its lens would be best for cruising, unless you're into like those landscape photos, then you want a wide angle.
Yeah, and you took your camera to Puerto Rico, and got some really cool iguana and cat pictures.
I did. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Scott says, what about a pirate spyglass?
Now, it's funny you should say that, Scott, because Kimbra and I both suffer from the same visual affliction, which is that we have basically lazy eye. So my right eye works, my left eye is garbage, and she's the opposite. So when we look through binoculars, we're really only looking through one. So a good monocular would actually be probably a better option for people like us who only see really out of one eye. And that would work pretty well for us, I think, because our other eye just gets in the way when we're trying to look through two things. It's very confusing to our brains. So
James says he has a Canon that he's bringing with him.
There you go.
Which is awesome.
Perfect. And in this world of digital cameras, you can take as many photos as you want, and then you're guaranteed to get some decent ones. That's what I do. I take like 900 pictures and save 4.
And then Stacy says, the next thing on our list, actually, a GoPro. Well, he said a GoPro 11. We happen to also pick that, but a GoPro or underwater camera or action camera or small, tiny handheld camera.
Yeah, especially something that you can take in the water, because a lot of times your excursions, even if you're not a diver or a snorkeler, you might be going on a tubing excursion. You might just be at the beach. If you have a camera like a GoPro or one of their competitors, you can take it in the water and you don't have to worry about it getting wet, and you get really good footage. This is one that I would put on my list. Well, I mean, we have older GoPros, which are
Scott is a little concerned about bringing a Canon on a cruise ship because he didn't think they allowed for firearms.
Only cannons may ye bring on the cruise ship, and only when you're sailing in the Caribbean. Well, there were pirates in other places. I guess you could probably pull that off too.
Okay. Are you done talking about cameras?
Yes.
All right. So the next thing is... Oh, still in that category. So this is...
I like to movo. I like to movo.
Oh, so this is what we use underwater. We connect our GoPros to one of these, and it's a nice little... It's small and compact. Like they have them that are like bigger and stuff, but we like these because they're small and compact, and it keeps their sturdy camera work.
Yeah, if you have 2 points of contact on your camera, it's going to be more stable.
Let me specify for those listening to the audio only that will come out sometime in the far future. This is a camera tray.
Camera tray, or it's listed as a diving rig. Movo is the brand that makes them. There are probably other brands that make them, but Movo does good ones that don't like rust immediately after being in salt water. Their older ones did, but their newer ones don't. And it's a really nice, like Kimbra was saying, you can tuck it away really easily if you have like shorts on like your swim gear. I can throw it in my dive shorts. I just throw it in the pocket so it's out of the way, strap it on the wrist so I won't lose it, and then I don't have to worry about it. It works really well, really helps with stability, especially added with the stability you get from modern cameras. It makes for a really good deal, and they're not super expensive. I mean, they're like $25. I think the price has gone up on them, but the quality has too. I think the first time I bought them, it was like $10, but it rusted. So
that's what this one is.
Yeah, that's the old one. And then Movo bought them out, or I don't know how that internet, Amazon brand names are weird, but Movo is a pretty reliable brand, and they make a lot of products which are usually good priced with decent quality, and that's definitely the case with their diving rig.
All right.
Is that a diving rig in your pocket, or are you just excited to see me? Well, Scott, if I was a snake, it could be a diving rig because they have 2.
All right, next. Are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
So the next one is like a spa package or massage or spa related something or other. Like they have the thermal suite that you can get for the whole cruise or for a day, or you could get a cabin that is a spa cabin and then you have access to that stuff. And you can gift that to someone.
Yeah, I mean, you could get them like a box of chocolate covered strawberries or something like that. That's stuff you can get for people that are going on a cruise, which is really cool. But I mean, come on, get them a massage. It's more expensive, or a day pass to the spa. That's pretty sweet. I
mean, I probably wouldn't have ever really thought about this a whole lot until our last cruise when we did both. We spent a day at thermal suite and we did a massage, and I think that is necessary for most of our cruises moving forward. I
mean, it's pretty nice, really, and it gets you away from the crowds normally. The spa, I mean, doing the massage is okay. It's fine. It's overpriced, whatever. But if you can do the spa package, it's usually pretty cool if you're into that sort of thing. So, and we are.
Yeah.
Now, let me just intervene here. Stacy says Carnival gift cards, which I think are a great gift idea. absolutely 100%. My only pushback for that, Stacy, would be that if you get me Carnival gift cards, I'm probably going to spend them more practically. But if you buy me a spa package, then I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to have to enjoy that spa package. But both of those are very good gift ideas. And no cruiser in your life is going to be sad if you get them gift cards or a spa pack. Well, maybe a spa. Some might not like a spa package.
Yeah.
And it does give them the option to buy it if they want it. So you know your people.
I mean, I loved spending time. Honestly, I almost wish that we would have spent more days. I mean, I don't know when we would have had time to do that, but like I felt like I wanted to spend all my time in there and use like up all the day that I had, but I also wanted to do other things.
Right. It's cool if you get it for the whole week.
Yeah.
And then you can just kind of take your time. And also we were on the group cruise, so we wanted to maximize time with the people, which we did hang out with some of the people in the spa, which was nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
But now Scott is also asking, did you have to avoid upselling in the spa? So here's the cool thing. I've done the spa thing 3 times now. And no, they don't. The ones I've been on, which have all been Carnival, maybe one might have been, it was another Carnival brand, but it wasn't Carnival. They did not come at us at all. No sales pitch, nothing. After that, I mean, the first day, if you do the tour, they will. But if you just come in for that, no, they are totally chill and leaving you alone. Now, if you do an actual like massage or something, they might try and sell you something at the end or whatever.
All their products and stuff.
But even that on this last one, they weren't like,
we said
they were
no.
Like,
and they said,
are you
okay.
interested in this? And we were like, no, we're not. And they're like, okay. And that was it. But that, your mileage may vary on that, but I have not experienced any problems with that at all in the spa suites or in the spa. What is it called?
Thermal suite.
Thermal suite.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
Next, we have an ad.
Cool.
A photo book.
Hey, this one's for the moms out there. Look, you go on a cruise, you got all these pictures, James, you're bringing your camera along. You take all these amazing pictures of the cruise, of the creatures, and what are you going to do with them? You're going to put them on Facebook? Great. But what a great coffee table item. Somebody gets you a gift card to make your own digital photo book that then you can have printed out. And then it's sitting there on the table. I've done that with my artwork and given it to my parents and stuff like that. They kind of dig that stuff because they're my parents. But you could do that for your cruise. Or you could get that for somebody for a cruise. I mean,
we could do that for our wedding cruise.
We could. I mean, I'm sure we'll do stuff like that for the wedding cruise. But yeah, I mean, it's a great thing.
Memories.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, photo book. And we picked, we pulled up Shutterfly here because that's a place that you can do that. I think there's definitely some others out there that also do it.
There are a lot of options for that these days, but Shutterfly is just one of them that I've used before. So I know they do a decent job, but definitely not the only fish in the sea when it comes to that.
What's next?
I don't know.
A keychain with some little rings. So this company is called Traveler Collective. And this is actually a gift that a friend got me, which is really cool. It's a keychain thing, and all of these different little donut rings have a different country on them. So every time I go somewhere new on my cruises, I can get a new ring and fill up my keychain.
You're all about getting rings on cruises, aren't you?
I mean, if you like it, should have put a ring on it.
I guess I did.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And you can actually do, you can do it by states, cities, continents, countries. So you can be as specific as you want to be, or you can be more abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Like, I know your friend had gotten you that before we were a thing, and you showed it to me, and I was like, that's kind of cool. But I have appreciated you adding to it, like as we have traveled and you have preemptively ordered, places where you knew we were going, and then once we go there, you put them on the keychain.
Yeah,
and it's really cool. It's a good way to keep track of where you've been and
Yeah,
maybe
actually,
give you goals. and
Rebecca
reasons
says,
to
"What
go
stops you
places?"
from buying a donut if you haven't been to that location?" It's kind of about like I like looking through it and it's kind of memories. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I remember that time that the first time I went to Bonaire and this is what I did, or I remember the first time I went to the DR and I remember that with this ring. If I had a bunch of random rings of places I didn't go, it wouldn't mean anything to me.
Right. So it's just self, I guess, policed or self-initiated.
I mean, it's fun to watch it grow. You know, when my friend got it for me, she actually got me, I think, 3 or 4 rings from places that we had cruised together. So I started with just a few, and of course, it's grown, and it's really fun to see those rings build up.
Like I tell the kids in camp, if you cheat in the game, you're only cheating yourself.
Yeah.
So honor system, yeah. Absolutely.
I've seen the ads and wondered how it might work.
Yeah.
Honor system is nice.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna
have
check
to.
your passport or anything
No,
like
you
that.
can buy whatever you want.
You could pretend you've traveled all over the world, and hey, you know, maybe you could do that too. You could like read a book about different areas, and I mean, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. It's like achievements.
Yeah.
You know, like you're getting achievements.
But I mean, it's a gift that I've received and one that I really like.
Nassau in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Is it just the Bahamas one?
So it's just the Bahamas, but you can do custom.
Yeah, but I mean,
custom.
Now my thing is, I would want it to be consistent. Like it's either countries or it's cities or something.
Like I could do, like I've got Mexico on there, but like I've been to Cozumel and Costa Maya.
Right.
So it doesn't distinguish.
Right.
But you can do custom. So like if I wanted to distinguish, I could get one that says Cozumel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. You know, if the ports got on board with that, they could make little things.
Oh yeah.
For their locations, and then you'd have to buy them there.
I would do it.
I'm just talking to every Caribbean port and other cruise port in the world. This would be a thing that people would probably get into. That you could still buy them on eBay probably then, but you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know there's another company that does it too. I just don't remember what it is.
Probably more than one. You know,
I know there's.
I mean, you
there's
can
like
even make
2 big ones.
You can even make your own. Like you could do your own like custom version of that and craft it however you like.
I mean, it's kind of what I do with my cruise ship
Roddy
cards.
woodworking in here. You could probably
there we
talk
go.
Roddy into making you some kind of little charm or something.
There we go.
Represent different areas of the world. So,
yeah,
that'd
be cool. All right, what's next on the list?
I don't know.
It is.
Oh, now we're in the gadgets. So this is the next few items are going to count as one sort of, which is gadget. So, you know, I mean, who doesn't love a gadget? And there's a lot of gadgets that are beneficial to cruisers. This is one that comes in handy because basically this lets you use different types of international plugs. So really, this isn't just for cruisers. This is for any kind of traveler. Looks like this one's got USB-C and regular USB plugs, but you can change it. And so if you're on a cruise ship, it's going to have like at least two kinds of plugs. So, you know, normally we're restricted to our American plugs and, you know, Europeans are restricted to theirs or whatever, but you can utilize both. And then it gives you an extra plug, an extra outlet for your devices.
Yeah.
So that's cool. What's our next gadget?
Our next gadget is a charging station.
And there are a ton of these available. We picked this one as an example because it has both USB-C and USB in it, but this plugs into the wall once, and then this particular one gives you 6 charging ports. We have one that's all USB, regular USB, but as the world progresses and technology advances, we're getting more and more USB-C based.
We're finding that we now have to bring multiple different, like we have we have our normal station that has just USB, and then we have like other, because like Matt said, the world changes. And
world's changing, technology changes. So we don't want to get stuck with Betamax and 8-track tapes. So
we'll need to pick up or be gifted one of these.
Yeah.
I say gifted because it's a gift episode.
I got it. I got you.
Yeah.
So you can plug this into the wall, and then instead of one outlet, you have 6 outlets. So that's cool. And they do make them that are more than this or less than this. This particular one, I don't know this brand. Anchor is a good brand, but we couldn't find an Anchor one that had as many USB-C and USB-Cs and USBs, but that's a brand that I feel comfortable with. This one's got some good reviews. So
Yeah. Stacy
do a little bit of research on electrical stuff.
Stacy said I could 3D print some charms.
That's, you know what? That's actually a good idea.
I know.
Because you could do that. You could totally do that.
Yeah.
So.
All right. And then we have
Charmed, I'm sure.
We have this fancy sleep mask with built-in headphones.
I thought this is what Luke Skywalker used when he was training in the ways of the Force.
You think this is what he was using?
With that little floaty thing that shot lasers at him.
Yep.
Or if you booked the noisy cabin, this would be a way to do that too.
Yeah.
Because this one not only covers your visual sensory organs, but it also does your auditory sensory organs.
It just doesn't take care of your
olfactory. There you go. But that can be done with poopery. So get this in combination with poopery, make a little basket, and then you're covered.
It's the sense gift.
You just don't have touch,
gloves,
and taste,
and pacifier.
I have nothing else to
like
say.
a ring pop.
Or next to the newlywed cabin. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, what's next?
You're moving on. Next we have a USB fan.
I'm a fan. Do you get hot in the cabin?
I don't.
Well, we're looking at you, newlywed cabin. This would be beneficial because you cannot take a fan that plugs into the outlet. They won't let you do that, but they will let you, as far as I know, things can change, but as far as I know, all the cruise lines let you take USB powered fans. And I know Dewey and a lot of other people that take these with them. It's a great way to keep cool if you're a person that likes the fan, the little air, the little breeze, get that, it helps with the poopery, get things moving and stuff.
Moving the poopery from one side of the cabin to the other.
Moving the aromas, keeping that fresh. Keeps that stagnant air, especially if you don't have a balcony or something like that. So yeah. Okay. What else we got? We're moving on to the last category.
Well, the second to last
category.
Yeah, which is
category 5.
I think we called it security.
Beach stuff.
Yeah.
This is something we actually own. I mean, we own some of these other things sort of in versions. I mean, some of them we own specifically, but this is something that's really cool. It's a beach safe, and they do make different, there's different brands and stuff. This is actually the brand that we have. Although Kimbra was upset because pink was not an option when we bought ours. What color is ours? Blue?
Green.
Which
I also like.
It's cool. But this is great because you can lock it on to a beach chair, a palm tree, and you can put your cash in there, stuff that you don't want to get wet in the water if you want to wander around a little bit. It's got a combination on it as well as a key, so you can do one or the other or both. And it's a great way to, if you're at a beach where you're not, feeling 100% secure with leaving your valuables, your cell phones, stuff like that, you just lock those puppies up. We've used ours quite a few times, and it's quite nice. It works very well. It's not huge. It does take up a little bit of space. A little tip though, when you're packing in your suitcase, put stuff in it. Sorry, Mom. Put stuff in it, and then you can pack that in the suitcase, and then you're utilizing that space better.
Yeah.
And it's hard. So if you have something fragile, you can put that in there, and then it'll protect it.
Yeah.
If it'll fit in there.
Yep. I want to back up to the last category for a minute.
Okay.
Something that we didn't put on there that I was just thinking about. A power bank.
Oh yeah, I think we mentioned that, but then we
did we talk about it? So
we forgot to Amazon it.
We have 2 different power banks. We've got this big puppy.
We have a power bank and a power credit union.
Yeah, and then we have this one. This one's really cool because it actually charges or like recharges itself with solar panels.
Ooh.
So like if you're laying out on the
power of
beach
the
or laying out
sun.
by the pool, you can be plugging in your phone and laying this out to recharge
How
itself.
fast does that recharge? I haven't really utilized
We
that.
haven't really used it.
So we don't know how well it works. But it's
we
a thing.
we utilized it in general when our power went out during Ian.
Oh, that's true. We did do that.
We used both of these.
Also hurricane relief.
Yeah.
If you live in Florida or any of the coastal states, especially as climate change becomes worse, you need these products. So this will help you out. Okay. Oh, look at that. From the bar, straight from the bar. It's Paul. Assuming Meg's with you, Paul.
Hey,
Welcome,
Paul.
Bon Beanie.
How you doing, Paul?
Stop it. We did this to him last time.
I
We're
know.
not gonna do it again.
I won't.
All right. So what is next on the beach list?
Next on the beach list, we have the waterproof phone pouch. And it is a pouch for your phone and other things. We put credit cards and cash and other little things in there sometimes.
Yeah, pretend you're a kangaroo and this is where your Joey goes.
Yeah.
But if you want to go in the water, like a good example of when we used this was when we went to Junkanoo Beach in Nassau. Not a place known for being a secure place to leave your valuables on the beach, although it was fine when we were there, but it was also like COVID slow times. We put all of our stuff in there. We swam underwater with it. I went down not that deep, maybe 10 feet, 12 feet, 15 feet. I don't know. And it was okay. I wouldn't trust like something super expensive in there if you're going down deep, but up at the surface, near the surface, this, you can put your cash in there. It'll keep things dry or relatively dry and safe.
I would also say make sure you don't get like a bad quality one. Like you don't need to spend like lots and lots of money on them.
Right.
But when we were in Amber Cove, we left ours on the ship, and instead of going back and getting it, we bought one in the port.
Mm-hmm.
And it did leak a little bit.
And here's the thing, it probably costs more than these two together.
Right.
So this is one of those things like sunscreen or something like that, where you don't want to have to buy this in port. You want to think about this beforehand. So this is a great gift, a little stocking stuffer, if you will, that you could give to somebody. And it's one of those things you never know you need it until you need it. And then you're glad you have it.
It's kind of funny. You're always like, we don't need one of those. And then sometimes we're like, oh, we should probably use that.
Right. Because
I take it with us every time.
It's super,
you never know.
It's super convenient, easy to pack, doesn't take up much space, and it's a lifesaver. It really is.
Yeah, Stacy says test them at home with some tissues.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That is a very good idea.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Next, we have a waterproof bag or backpack.
Which this is cool. Like we actually found this while we were looking stuff up. Like we came up with the idea of a waterproof bag because we own some small waterproof bags that we usually use for like kayaking and stuff. But
I haven't even looked at this. I'm very curious.
But then I saw this and it's like a backpack and I just like the look of it. There are a ton of waterproof bag options that you can get. And but the idea of this being a backpack, and I just like all the pockets and stuff, and I like that it's orange. And it's a great thing to take if you're going on like a boat excursion and you got some stuff that you don't want it to get wet. If you're going to do, say, like we did in Jamaica, we went on the tubing thing and we had stuff that we rented a locker, but if we would have had one of these, we could have just brought that.
This picture here made me think of like the waterfalls.
Right. So it's, waterproof doesn't mean that you could take this scuba diving and it'll work. What these do is you roll up the top and it'll keep stuff dry. But that's like, like pouring on it, maybe splashing in the water a little bit. It's going to keep your stuff dry. But yeah, Scott, I'm also a fan of the color orange. Scott says orange. I love orange. I like orange. It's one of my favorite. It's probably my second favorite color behind teal, which is probably why I'm a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
That and dolphins, because I like dolphins. Dolphins are cool.
Yeah.
Bite me on it.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. All right. And then finally, we have one more category, which is the
obvious. Yeah.
The duh.
Stacy said we should add some links to the description of this video.
We could do that.
I could consider that.
We do not have any sort of what do you call it? We're not getting any kickback from this or anything like that. So you can just go and Google this stuff, but we can try and remember to add some links and stuff.
I can't make any promises. I'm like 2 months behind on putting them up as podcast episodes.
Also, we should say that the items that we chose in this are not by any means the only options for these things, and not even necessarily 100% the best options for these. We thought they were good options, but if you're really interested in one of these, I would do a little bit more, looking on your own and see which one.
Some of them
makes
are
the most
items
sense.
that we personally have. Some of them are items that we just searched and said, this one looks good. Yeah. So there's no necessary rhyme or reason to why we chose them.
Right. What's the duh stuff?
Well, the duh stuff doesn't require my screen share. So now you get to see the rest of my
all
face.
of me. Why not see all of me? Can't you see that I have nothing below my torso? I don't know.
So the first thing that I feel like he read our list.
Well, okay, tell the people, and then we'll read that comment because that's pretty.
So
good.
the first thing on the obvious list is the drink package.
Oh, I thought it was a cruise.
No.
I mean, if you want to make a cruiser happy, buy him a cruise. I mean, I know
Okay.
that's really expensive, and most people aren't going to do that. But if you want to get to the cruiser's heart, it's not through the stomach. It's by buying them a cruise, because then they can satiate their stomach on the cruise if that's what they're into. But yes, the drink package. I mean, if they drink,
Well, that's true.
honestly, we have proven over and over again, scientifically proven, that the drink package is not worth it for the two of us because we are not that big of drinkers. However, if somebody gifted us a drink package, we would not be like, oh, this is a waste of money. We'd be like, woohoo! All right, we're going to try and prove again that we can make this drink package pay for itself. And since it's a gift, it will, but other than that, it probably won't.
Yeah. What have we've done it on 4 different lines.
Yeah.
And failed every time.
Rebecca's like, I'll take a cruise. Half joking.
Todd says we like battery-powered magnetic motion lights. We put them in the
Oh.
bathroom. That is genius.
That is good. That is
because
good.
I hate trying to I hate turning on the light in the middle of the night in the bathroom.
This
But
is
Mardi Gras has the light
They
that's on there.
do.
Yeah.
This is a really good idea especially if you're staying in an interior cabin where it's dark as a cave in there. But I like the motion detector idea because I also like that it's dark, but being able to activate the lights, that's actually quite brilliant. Thank you, Todd, for that suggestion.
Aunt D says, is the drink package for alcoholic drinks only or pop too? So there are different options. So there's the Cheers package, which is alcoholic beverages. This is Carnival specific. I'm sorry. There are options on all of them. I just know Carnival better. And then with Carnival, there's also the Bubbles package, which is soda and juices and stuff. So you can get either or. The Bubbles package is actually pretty reasonably priced, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
if you drink that much soda.
But here's the thing, Aunt D and anybody else, on Carnival and many of the other cruise lines, you are allowed to take a 12-pack of canned non-alcoholic beverages per person. And you have a mini fridge. So you can take that. And then if you buy some individually, unless you drink a lot of soda, and let me tell you, I drink a lot of soda, it's probably not going to be worth the money to spend on that, because you can just I know she likes Diet Pepsi, right?
Diet Coke. That's
Diet
what I was
Coke.
going to say.
Diet Coke.
So Carnival is a Pepsi.
Carnival. They used to be a Coke.
Yeah,
they
but
turned to the dark side.
So you'll want to bring Diet Cokes with you.
But you can do that, and
Yep.
and if you know somebody else that's going on the cruise that is not bringing a 12-pack, they can bring another 12-pack for you, and then you can stock up and have 24 Diet Cokes in the refrigerator at your beck and call.
Yeah.
But you can also get a Diet Pepsi, which I know sucks, at the bar, and they're usually $4 or $5 maybe.
I think it's 2.
I
want to say it's $2.95.
Maybe with tax and tip, it comes out to $4 or something.
Well, there's no tax.
That's right. There's no tax unless you're in port.
Yeah.
But yeah, tip I don't know.
I think
I feel like
it
it's
comes out to about
I feel like it's like
$3.
Is it $3? I think it's like $4.
I'm the one that looks at the bill at the end.
That's true. That's not. Well, you're not wrong. But anyway, so we'd have to do the math, which we can do, and figure out how many sodas you'd have to drink in a day to make it worthwhile.
She said she drinks about 6 or 8 a day.
It might be worthwhile
Yeah.
for you. The only downside is
If you're okay with it being Pepsi products.
Yeah, that's really the downside. But you can do that. You can absolutely do that. So
let's see. Todd says you could buy someone a Fintastic group cruise. Ha.
I like the way you think, Todd. Professor.
Let's see. Why'd you say professor to Todd?
Oh, because I was looking at the Professor Travel. And you said Todd, but I was thinking Scott because I'm
so Scott said, I know it sounds weird, but gifting stock in Carnival, RCL, or NCL adds up over time.
Can.
If you have 100 shares or more, you get investors perks, including onboard credits. Cool.
We should do that. Why haven't we done that?
We should do that.
And cruise stocks have like gone, and then they're going to go back up. They just are because people are cruising.
Right.
So it's just a fact of life.
And what was the other thing that I had on that?
I know, Andy. Pepsi. I'm not a Pepsi fan. If you're a Pepsi fan, I'm sorry. I am a Coke person or RC. I'm okay with RC.
Excursions. That was the other thing on my list.
Oh yeah. Get them an excursion. Or like Stacy said, a gift card will cover all your bases.
Yep.
Because they can spend on whatever they want. And so, just like a gift card for, whatever, it gives you more flexibility. Stuff like that. Yeah, see, Paul's an RC guy. Paul's like, RC, yeah. I grew up on RC. My grandpa drank RC and vodka and RC and whiskey. And that's what the man drank. And then he shared a couple with me. Not
Scott said, no love for Mr. Pibb. Oh no, I like Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb's good. I'm just Coke over Pepsi.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper, which I know is kind of it's like its own thing, but I'm good with that. I'm good with Mr.
Tab.
Pibb. No tab. No.
Cool.
See, Stacy knows RC too. Yeah.
Todd's throwing out some of the more obvious magnetic hooks, towel clips. Some of those kind of things.
Magnetic hooks are awesome. Great for hanging hats and other things. Lanyards.
Bags.
Towel clips are great if you are a person that spends time on the chairs by the beach, by the pool. You can get all kinds of fun ones. And or you can use like laundry clips, super cheap from the dollar store. But spend a little money, get like flamingos or turtles or something like that. You can do that.
Andy says, so I'll get a drink package and learn to drink on the cruise.
I mean, here's the thing. You're on a cruise. You don't have to drive anywhere. Okay. All you have to do is stay sober enough to not fall overboard. And for me, I think there's only been probably maybe 5 times in my life when I've been drunk enough to that I would have possibly fallen overboard on a cruise. So, and those were many years ago. So, just don't get that drunk, but you can have a few drinks and it's okay.
Yeah.
A few drinks. You don't want to make yourself feel sick the next day or anything like that, but enough to relax, have fun, enjoy the drinks, enjoy yourself. And if that's your vibe. Yeah.
Stacy said, I found that towel bands are better than clips.
Oh.
I don't know what towel bands are.
I saw those. I was researching today things for cruisers. And towel bands came up on that. And I didn't click on it, but I had never seen that before either.
Oh. It's like a belt for the top of your towel.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Or like a headband.
Yeah. It goes over the chair and over the towel.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Cool.
And easier to pack because they're like flexible little thingies. So
know what your friends collect. Baby spoons, Christmas ornaments, magnets. Oh yeah, that sort of stuff.
So
at the ports.
You're talking about getting gifts for people while you're cruising, which is a whole nother thing. But that is valid. Yeah. Like Kimbra and I, we collect magnets. So whenever we go to a new port, we get a magnet from that port.
But here's the thing: I wouldn't want a magnet from someone else from a port that I haven't been to.
Oh, that's true. It's not the same.
Because there's something about us picking out our magnet,
Right.
which holds
Right.
that memory for us.
And then, okay, tell me if this is crazy. Okay, one time, a long time ago, when I was cruising, and I got stuff for my fellow employees. All right, I'm not going to throw any names out there, but I got rum cakes. Okay, rum cakes for several of my closest coworkers, and they looked at me like I'd given them fruitcake. Are you kidding me? Like they were like, "Oh, people eat this rum cake?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's rum cake. This is not fruitcake. What's wrong with you?" Anyway, rum cake is awesome. Thank you, Stacy. Validation right there.
All right, I just want to quickly say hello to Michael Ann because she's
Hey,
joined
Michael
us.
Ann.
And Paul said he's going to grow out his hair and color it like mine.
Oh,
And
cool.
I
like
think
it. I like it.
think that's a wonderful idea.
I think so too. I'm jealous that you have hair. I cannot do that. Well, I could, but it'd just be in the back. It'd be really weird. It's not a good look.
All right, so that's our list.
That's it. So I know some people have already said things and we've talked about those, but if you have something else that you think would be a great gift for that cruiser in your life that we did not mention, nobody else has mentioned, put it in the comments now so we can bring it up and talk about it. Yeah. We didn't talk about a cruise creature.
Oh, do you have one in mind?
I have no idea. So full disclosure, we were supposed to have Kimbra's trainer on here because she just went on the Margaritaville and she had to move to next week. So that's going to be next week. And so we were a little thrown off by that, which is fine. I'm not throwing any like criticism there, but we don't have a cruise creature. So yeah, if anybody's got a cruise creature suggestion, we can try and go with the flow.
We've been really bad about cruise creatures the last few episodes.
We've kind of fallen off the cruise creature cart a little bit.
Ah,
I don't know. Do you guys like cruise? Should we keep doing cruise creatures? Because I feel like, are we boring you guys, cruise creatures? Do you want to hear more about cruise creatures? Let us know. Let us know what you think. Yeah, I could dye the beard. I mean, I've got the white, so I don't have to bleach that.
Paul said he could be the cruise creature.
Paul, you could be the cruise creature.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm a little concerned now.
What kind of creature would you see if you went to New Caledonia?
I don't know, Kimbra. What kind of creature would you see if you got to go to New Caledonia?
That was clever.
You like that?
Yeah. I bet Scott could talk about that because he's going there soon, right?
Is he going to find some of your friends?
I don't know.
Mm.
See? Look. He knew it. He knew I was talking about him. So, I mean, I really like I always say it wrong, the Rhacodactylus auriculatus.
Gesundheit. Rhacodactylus articulatus?
Auriculatus.
Auriculatus, not articulatus, auriculatus.
Right, auriculatus.
Oh, auriculatus. Which is, could you say that in English?
Gargoyle gecko.
I mean, we do have Darian here from Germany, but that's not even German. That's
German.
Latin. So
yeah.
What pray tell is it again?
It is a gargoyle gecko.
A gargoyle gecko.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think Jasper wants to come out and play?
Probably not.
No.
I
can't really tell you much about them. They lick their eyeballs.
Michael Hansen sounds like something I don't want to catch. Yes. I mean, well, actually, you probably do want to catch it because it's a cute little gecko. I mean, they get about this big and they're pretty, well, in the wild, I don't know what their temperament is, but in human care, as we say,
I mean,
they're pretty chill. They're like pretty relaxed.
I mean, look at this.
That's Jasper.
This is Jasper. And he is such a sweetheart.
Darian needs a cheeseburger.
Okay, that actually sounds really good. I'd like to have a cheeseburger right now.
You can't eat a cheeseburger, I don't think. Can you? Can you eat a cheeseburger?
Can I eat a cheeseburger?
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah.
Michael Ann, I like geckos, lizards, and snakes.
Oh, well, we would get along. Well, we do get along very well, but we have lots of those living in and outside of the apartment.
Scott said, I'm hoping that's supposed to say raptor. Raptor waiting to pounce.
It says punts.
Oh, so it says rapport waiting to pounce. He struggled.
He is, yes. Typing is not his friend. Right
oh,
now.
he'll eat the cheeseburger slowly. He's saying that because he did the guy's burger thing.
Yes. Darian spit cheeseburger all over us.
I mean, it kind of felt like that was about to happen. So how about
it was entertaining. We enjoyed that.
How about we roll the credits and then come back and talk to everyone?
Let's do that. Thank you guys, and we will be back in a minute if you are hanging out with us here. But if not, happy holiday.
Stay in the chat. We'll be back momentarily after
next week. Margaritaville, the cruise ship.
We have to scroll this way. This scrolls backwards.
We use the mouse. It's right there.
Okay. So it's time to celebrate.
Oh.
And until next time, seize the day.
Have a fantastic week, everybody. Then we're back.
We're back in the room.
Or are we front?
I don't know.
Anyway, now we're just going to hang out, right? For a little bit until the Down Under cruises come on. They can't be up too late because they got to get up for a board meeting. Dawn.
They don't have to get up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It's like next Wednesday for them.
We're going to have like a whole sleep between the time that they end their live and the time we have to get up.
Getting on with their day.
Yeah.
Just getting on with their day. Paul's
over here trying to convince Rebecca to go on the cruise.
Yes, Rebecca. Do whatever you have to do, Rebecca. Get on the cruise.
Find someone else that needs to go and split the cost.
There you go.
Stacy sees Steve.
What is Scott saying? Shaq's Big Chicken versus Guy's Burger. Oof. That is a challenge. Oh man. I gotta tell you, I don't even know what I would choose, honestly. And that is high praise coming from a big fan of the burger, which is me. I'm a big burger person, and I am a big fan of burgers. Like, I'm not nearly as big of a fan as chicken sandwiches, but and I love Guy's Burger. So that is just me telling you how amazing Big Chicken is right there, essentially.
I would choose Big Chicken.
Would you? But you're more of a chicken person.
I'm a chicken person? What, you think I'm afraid of things?
No, I didn't say that. What the pluck? Oh, Stacy sees Steve.
I said that.
Did you?
You ignored me.
I'm sorry. I was reading comments.
I know.
It's hard for me to do.
I didn't hide him very well.
If I wasn't on it, I would have booked a balcony room on it. What?
That's a comment. He's having a conversation with Rebecca about
the
cruise because Paul wasn't on the last cruise.
Gotcha.
And Rebecca was. And Paul's on the next cruise and Rebecca's not.
Yes.
That's basically what that conversation is. Larry.
Oh, Larry's here. We got to go. No, just kidding. Hey, Larry. How you doing, buddy?
Larry, we just finished like an hour of talking about sharks.
Right? And it was all about sharks. Like stuff that nobody else in the world knows about sharks.
That's all we talked about. We just said shark for like an hour straight.
Shark.
Big shark, little shark. Bitty shark.
Oh, Scott says my spouse Kevin has become a flexitarian and is open to non-vegan stuff.
That's wonderful because cheese is delicious.
cheese is good. I agree. I mean, but I have total respect for vegans.
I
too.
mean, live your life, man. Do what you want.
That's right.
I just
No
really like
judgment here.
cheese.
I do too. Shark. Do 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 do.
Now, Scott said baby shark.
Oh,
Michael
do,
and-
do, 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 do.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Look, it should be puppy shark. Should we talk about what's wrong with that
No,
song?
we shouldn't.
Okay.
Larry said, "Can you repeat it for me?" Rebecca said, "Okay, someone cover my work shifts and someone else sneak me into their luggage."
Done.
All right.
Done. Your work shifts don't matter because who cares? You're not there. So, who are they going to? They're not going to complain to you, right? And look, we've been to Sonics that have to be worse than yours because we went to the Sonic with Down Under Cruisers and we waited for like 30 minutes and they didn't even come out to serve us.
After we got up and was like, "Hey, nobody is
Yeah.
coming onto the speaker," and they're
Yes.
like, "Oh, we'll be there just a minute," and then
I'm
we waited
sure-
another 10 minutes.
I'm sure it won't be that bad. So there you go.
Where's the dog? The dog got a haircut. Hey, dog. Maybe he'll come back. I canceled my reservation, so you'll book. Oh, Paul, no, you have to come.
It is a moral imperative.
Also, for anyone that's on here, that's also on the cruise that hasn't done final payment, that's coming up.
December 12th?
Yeah, just throwing that out there because ouch, I just scratched my finger. Don't do that.
December 12th. Pay by December 12th, or I don't know what happens. They lose money? What happens? They lose their
They lose
cruise?
their cruise.
Oh, don't do that. Hang on. Don't look. I'm doing a thing. Probably saw it. All right, dudes.
Why are you bumping into things?
Because
You're breaking things.
I'm not breaking anything.
I think he has a name. Call my grandnephew by his name.
Huh?
I don't know.
Who said that?
Aunt D, I don't know what that means. I must have missed something here.
Whoa.
Oh, Reno.
Oh. What did you call Reno?
Dog.
Dog. Hello, dog.
Come here, dog.
Come here, dog.
Reno.
He's barking.
I know
So,
he is. Come here. Come love me.
Stacy, did you guys see where Carnival reversed course and is allowing one bottle of liquor to, whoa, it's moving, be purchased for your cabin on cruises 7 nights and longer? Kimbra saw that because she let me know about it. We were looking at Bruegel at the liquor store the other day, and we're big fans of Bruegel, right? You're a big fan of Bruegel? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, we don't give the dog rum, but yeah, so the people have spoken and Carnival listened.
Reno got his hairs cut a couple days ago.
Both of them. He's like, what is this hair going?
He's like all into that.
You're kind of freaking me out. Why are you
Did you put something on your face?
Not today. I didn't. I didn't put any beard stuff in today. Or is that the problem? Oh, you know what? He probably smells the bourbon on my breath.
Larry wants to say if he...
Reno likes bourbon.
Reno. Larry wants to know if he
just
can say
tongue-kiss
Aunt
the
D
dog.
yet. I mean, that's up to her. She's not really a people person, so I don't know how many people she'll allow to call her Aunt D.
You might not want to do that because that could end poorly for you. But,
Oh, Andy says he smells the alcohol.
he likes the dog likes bourbon. When I drink bourbon, the dog is like all up in my business.
He's got a...
And
they gave him
scotch. He likes scotch even more.
a
This
cute
guy's really-
bandana for the holiday. It's got like trees and snowmen.
It's really crooked. There we go. Get my hand on straight. Pound it. That was a lick it.
Oh, did he lick it?
He pounded it, then he licked it.
Oh.
If you're just listening to this, we probably already stopped it, but that would be awkward without context. How many hearts did you break on the cruise, Rebecca? Yes, Stacy, Reno loves Matt. That's true. He's my buddy.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan. Merry Christmas, Dan.
Oh, Aunt D said that
Merry
you can
Christmas.
call her Aunt D as long as you don't try and hug her. How early should people fly in for the group cruise?
Oh, well, that is a great question. One that we'll be trying to figure out as time goes on. Right now, I think as far as we know, the earliest people are getting here is that
Friday.
During the day Friday. So right now, because the cruise departs on Sunday.
Yeah.
So right now there are going to be people here on Saturday, and
Hey, don't do that.
we will probably do some fun thing on Saturday for sure, and Saturday evening perhaps, and perhaps if people are here on that Friday, then maybe Friday evening. I think unless things change dramatically, we'll probably be working most or at least half of the day on Friday, and then go from there. So, but Saturday, I think we may try and go to the aquarium or something like that. So yeah.
He's also asking, is there a preferred hotel?
No.
So that's a hard question for us because we live here. We don't stay here.
Yeah.
So I know that a lot, because it's spring break, a lot of the downtown hotels are ridiculous.
They're downtown hotels.
Well, yes, but they're like ridiculous. So we're actually still working on getting a hotel picked out for James and Cindy for that exact reason. So we're actually looking more in our area,
which isn't far. I mean, it's like it takes us like 25 minutes to get to work.
Yeah, so it's not far. It's a little bit further out, but the hotels are a little less. They're still up there, but they aren't $400 or $500 a night.
Right.
So I can let you know what we end up choosing for James and Cindy. But I would say maybe look a little bit further out if you don't want to spend that much money on a hotel.
Yeah, and once we figure that out, then we can let you guys know. I don't know if anybody's booked hotels yet or not for the cruise.
I mean, your mom and Randy did.
Did they book one?
Well, Randy booked.
So the cruise terminal is in downtown. So that is why we say downtown specifically. However, being that the cruise is leaving on a Sunday, this is downtown Tampa is not a downtown where people are during the weekend. So it's pretty low traffic. And so really it's not a big deal if you stay downtown, unless you're just, if you're Ubering around and stuff, it might be a little cheaper, but considering what the hotel would cost more since it's downtown, I don't know. Ybor City, if you're just looking for cool places to stay, Ybor City is close to downtown and sort of downtown-ish. I don't know what hotels are even there or whatnot, but it's a cool area. We are in the Brandon area though, and that is probably where we are going to look for James and Cindy because we're pretty close, and I think that makes sense. So yeah, that's not a great answer, I know, but it's the answer we have, I guess.
Yeah.
And Auntie saying, I hadn't even thought of that. Thanks for the heads up. I'd have flown down and just figured it out once I got there. Yeah, don't do that.
You may be able to stay with us.
Yes.
So that's also an option for you, Auntie.
If you like an inflatable mattress.
And reptiles.
Well, she likes reptiles.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah, she's good there. So, yeah.
I feel like somebody said something. Todd said that they're looking into an Airbnb.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let us know in the group chat on Facebook or the group on Facebook if you guys are finding like good deals and stuff like that we can share with the people.
Stacy said, "Did you have a nice Thanksgiving? And what did you do?"
What did we do?
We sat at home with me and Matt and Matt's friend Steve, and we ate British pies.
For Americans, they're not sweet pies; they're meat pies. Although we did have sweet pies from them, but we ate them before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But we had they're like steak and ale pies,
steak potato and ale,
and Scottish beef pies.
Mm-hmm.
They were very good.
Yes, they were delicious.
We did not have a traditional Thanksgiving. I'm not a fan of turkey and cranberry sauce and all that stuff. So, and I don't think you are either. So, but I am a big fan of British pies, and it was scrumptious.
Yeah,
I was very happy with our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we played D&D board games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was good. It was low key, kind of nerdy, but it was good.
James said, "Did you use my idea, Kimbra?" So I do know that like booking.com is a thing. I personally, after working at hotels and stuff, I do not book third party. I will only book through a direct hotel. So although sometimes the price is better, I refuse to do it. So
why?
Because if something goes wrong or something changes, it's a pain in the butt to fix it.
Yeah, because they're like, we didn't forget.
The answer is always, I can't do anything for you. And I'm like, great. And then you sit on hold for hours trying to, I will not book third party.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kimbra Matt, I'm so glad I've gotten to catch up and watch your live. Missed you last week. So glad you've had a splendid Thanksgiving week. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca. And Todd saying, did you have any spam figgy pudding? No. I wanted some spotted dick, but I didn't get any spotted dick.
I asked you if you wanted spotted dick when we were buying the stuff.
But we spent like $80 at the British place.
But it was delicious and worth it.
Yeah, it was good, but it was expensive.
Oh wow, the aquarium is right next to the port. Yes, we park closer to the ship than cruise parking is when we go into work.
Truth.
It's very sad sometimes when we see the ships and we are walking into work.
Truth.
Question for Kimbra. For those considering hair coloring, we need information on the color and number. What does number mean?
Well, some hair dyes come in different numbers.
Oh, got it. So, we'll chat. I haven't decided which direction. I've actually been letting this fade because I'm thinking about maybe switching. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to fade into something else temporarily or if I just want to like work myself into what it's going to be for the next few months or so. Or if I just want to do something temporary and then for the cruise just be something different. So I don't know. What area did you say you live again? We live in Riverview, Brandon area.
More Brandon. Technically our address is in Riverview, but we're really more Brandon. Technically.
Aunt D, we can talk about that and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep. We can figure it out. Yeah, Larry said that was my issue in Miami. Yeah, Miami's even worse for that kind of thing.
Go ahead.
Rebecca's saying go green for St. Patty's Day.
That's an option.
Oh, top of the morning.
I don't want to be like everyone else, though.
Do you want to go green?
I bet other people do that too.
St. Patty's Day.
I've got this weird, funky thing happening with my hair here that when I look a certain way, I can see it.
I think you should go orange for St. Patty's Day and talk in an Irish accent.
Yeah.
That'd be sexy.
I'm just map searching the area.
Yeah, Riverview does this weird little dog leg thing up into Brandon, and we're like in the top of that. So we're like Brandon, Riverview, and we're like in Riverview, but like in this little
like if you look at Brandon Mall, that's kind of the general area of
close to that.
Yeah.
Relatively close to that.
Third party bookings was a hard lesson to learn. Yeah. Working at the hotel, I mean, I had so many people yell at me when things were wrong and I couldn't do anything for them. And then they got mad at me because I couldn't do anything for them. So,
sorry, Scott's asking a good question. So for the wedding cruise in November, which is in Port Canaveral, We will find a hotel over there, and nobody has to stay at that hotel, of course, but we will try and find a decent deal, and then we will let people know when we figure that out, so that if people want to stay at the same hotel, they are more than welcome to do that. I can tell you from past experience, I have stayed at hotels in Cape Canaveral where I've done the park and cruise thing, which is good for us because we drive over there. But there are a lot more options for hotels in Canaveral because of just the general area that it's in is more conducive to that. So it's probably one of the easier places to find a hotel, in my experience.
Yeah, I'd say in the next couple months or so, I'm going to be looking at hotels. I'm going to actually talk to my mom this weekend about coming down and kind of going through some stuff, wedding dress shopping and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to have in the next couple of months some of those more finer details detailed out.
Dan, if your parents want to come to the aquarium where we work, PM us. Is that what the kids say? Private message us,
maybe,
and let us know, and we can
okay.
We can give you some deets for that.
It says they live near Sarasota. I want to go to an aquarium. There's also Moat.
Moat is amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, Moat is my favorite aquarium in the vicinity. However, that is based on the history and the research that they do. I mean, I love the Florida Aquarium too, but Moat is really cool. Plus, they have cuttlefish, which are awesome. But yeah, we have Clearwater Marine Aquarium. We have Florida Aquarium in Tampa. We have Moat Marine Aquarium in Sarasota. And then, of course, you go to Orlando. You've got Sea Life Aquarium. You've got SeaWorld. You've got Epcot. Lots of aquariums in this region. And Moat is my favorite of all those.
And Scott says, if you know a hotel in Miami, I will need one there too for August for the celebration. We've stayed at a few different hotels in Miami, usually by the airport. I think we've stayed at 2 or 3 near the airport.
Kind of like where we stayed for the group cruise, really. I mean, there's other options in that area. I
don't know if there's one specifically that has super stood out to me.
Yeah. I mean, we stayed, I've stayed in like Biscayne Bay.
I would say I like that Marriott Biscayne Bay was actually
really nice, but
pricey.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth
but
it.
It was a good air. Like we got out and walked around and we could see like the port and the ship.
We saw yellow stingrays and manatees.
It was
all
really
kinds of
cool.
Stuff.
But it is pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I liked it.
Larry's calling me grandpa because I said like the kids say. I mean, I work with kids, so I've been saying that for a long time. You know, like the kids say. I remember when everything was tight.
Yeah. I'm cold. Are you cold?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's freezing in here.
No, I'm not cold. All right. Well, you know what? It's almost 10 o'clock, so we should probably let these people go so they can go watch the Down Under Cruisers.
And we go to bed.
We're going to bed. So we will be back next week, and we will be here with Kimbra's trainer and her husband. And we'll be talking about the Margaritaville. They went on the Margaritaville. So yeah, Larry, we're freezing cold down here. It's 68 outside, Larry.
Well, but
Fahrenheit.
We've got the AC turned down too.
72.
Or turned up. I never know.
I don't know either.
Bobby says, why? You may have addressed this, but why no more podcasts? Because I'm a slacker and haven't edited them and put them up.
Yeah.
It's not because we don't want to. It's because I haven't done it.
Sorry, Bobby. That and actually, you're the first person that said anything about that. So it's good to know that people are like, hey, we listened to your podcast. It's not been there. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. So we will try and remedy that.
Yeah, we've got like 2 months worth to put up, and I've got them all like downloaded it on my desktop. I just haven't done anything with them. So
you can listen to them on YouTube. I know that's not the most convenient way to do that. I understand that for sure. But we are going to eventually try and get them up because we do pay for that.
That's true.
So we should do that.
Yeah, maybe if I have a spare moment during football this weekend, I'll try and get some of those up.
Okay.
No promises. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Are the podcasts the same as the live, or is it different? It's the same. We take
Mhm.
we take this and we cut off the beginning and the end and stick it in an audio.
Just the kind of
version.
chatty live stream version,
Yeah.
parts of it, and then we make it the audio version. We try and keep it audio friendly. Sometimes we do better than others with that, to be fair, but we try to think about that. And yeah.
Yep. All right. Bye, y'all.
Good night, everybody.